Hey guys, Ballatw here, back with another VOD review. We just witnessed probably one of the most dominant FNCS weekends, or really 6-game tournament. But given that it is a qualifier in the online, I need to redo that. I don't know why I'm like putting qualifiers. Hey guys, Ballatw here, back with another VOD review. We're gonna watch Zayt, Saf, Highsky, and Commandment from last weekend's FNCS week number 1 from the final stage, where it's the top 25 teams after the open and semi stage. They dominated, probably one of the most dominating runs in any 6-game tournament ever. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into their games using a replay mode again. Okay, so pretty well known that they go risky. I do want to look at the split just in general over the entire map. Okay. So we're not going to have nameplates because it's slightly bugged, but this is Zayt, this is Saf, or Highsky. Okay, interesting. They get a lot of loot here. This split is very good. This is a very good split because of Highsky gets 5 chests in an instant for free. Where is Zayt? Oh, bridge. Also 4 chests actually, and 5 if you move up a little bit. So 5 chests for them, and then 2 risky. Nice split. Okay, looking at everything in general though, there's a lot of people like, if you don't get contested, well, there's a bunch of just discussion about if it's better to be contested and whatnot. Nice split here. Only one contesting here, or 2 teams contesting here, 2 teams contesting here, 2 teams contesting here. Pretty much everybody except these 3, I should erase Tifu's team. These 3 are uncontested because they're going for a split that gives them complete uncontestation, which I really like and is something that I think this new map and squads has enabled, is this sort of splits and uncontestation throughout the entire thing. Now we can't really use the excuse when it comes down to it, if this is how it ends up being, that one team did well because, or the top 5 teams did well because they're uncontested, which is kind of something that I think plagued trios. So this is interesting, and probably a sign that if you are contested, you should probably be finding something else. Also, I like the investment of metal really early when you can remax that pretty quickly. This team is doing something really nice, which is very anti-nade, up on a hill, split wide with 3 different bases. It's kind of posting up and making it so it's impossible not only for anybody to push into, but also to nade you. That counter nade season kind of going into effect. Similar thing here for the setup with Highsky, Commandment, and Saf. See how they're all 3 placed in a line kind of. And then there's also another fake base here that makes it look like Zayt is bigger than he is. I like that. Basic stuff. But also something that we didn't necessarily see. We saw it a little bit in trios because of these guys. We saw it so much in the Fishy Cup yesterday. These types of wide split base setups. Okay, second zone. Oops, I lost my mouse. Here it is. Oh, there it is. Second zone. Again, benefits of being center. I don't have to go too far. And then I like the splits for another reason, which is catching zones and also catching supply drops. Zayt just found one that landed right on his head. But because they're so split, and they're covering a lot, and they're controlling a lot of space, it's really easy for them to just say, okay, I'm going to move over here and grab this. It's the same concept with zones. Something I saw Mr. Savage's squad do yesterday in the Fishy Cup was, even in the small 5th zone, or 4th zone, where they're waiting for half in, half out, they were split like across a lot in that 4th zone, which allows them to basically get free half and half, kind of mitigating the entire randomness factor of getting zones. We'll see if these guys do it. I don't think they do, based on Destiny Jesus' video on Twitter, where they basically got almost every half. Okay, how do they collapse when this team starts pressuring them? And do they rotate center from this original point is another question. They cannot really. The best spot is owned by Zayt, Keys, and them. So they can't really push across this unless they moved up first, unless they wanted to get, you know, focused by them or spammed a lot by them, which is probably not what they want to do. What else? What other paths do they have? They're trying to keep this team from really getting anywhere close to them and controlling that. That's why Saf comes over. That's why Commandment comes over, obviously with the drop too. But we'll see if that actually plays out. He just builds it. Instead of like ramping towards them, he builds a big base upwards. Saf does something differently here. No, he basically builds a base and makes it like, okay, if they want to push, they got to invest a lot of different materials. And it actually works. They push them off. They control the space. This is great zoning. This is great zoning, great control. And here's something that they couldn't hold on to is this team encroaching on them as well. Highsky was here by himself, but Zayt's line of sight doesn't help him at all. Compared to Commandment, where they basically stayed wide on the bridge and were able to both get line of sights on here, Highsky is actually blocking Zayt's vision, so he has to fall back and give that up. Oof. So they maintain some good control over the map, but they also lose some. So there's push and pull, especially as zones go through. You get tighter and tighter and tighter. But I love the control that they've kind of exerted. Look how much, like little, there has been anybody who's crossed this barrier that Commandment, Saf, and Zayt and Highsky have made. Whereas everybody else on the map, these guys have controlled, but they're not controlling too much. I like their concept of positioning here to basically control. Now they can, when they decide to make their rotate in, when the next zone forces them to, they don't have to worry too much about players in front of them and pinching them with the people behind them. It's an issue though. This first game was so stacked. Not a single squad went down. Only 3 players out of the people who made it in the game went down, which is pretty nutty to me. I think they... I think they just spent some nades. Yeah, Saf spent his nades. Believe. Oh no, Zayt also starting to nade as well. Oh my god, he wiped that. GG's. I want to go back and see if that was anything special, if it was just nade season in prime action. Jesus Christ. Alpha Cord goes hard at each other. That was solo nades too. That wasn't anything. That was solo nades clearing out the space. RPG did nothing. And that's another reason why this... fuck. There it is. That's another reason why this control that they have is so good, that they're able to say split, and when people come in, they end up having to do things like stay really close to each other and not be able to control enough space where they have to all stay constricted. You kind of force people into these uncomfortable situations. Not necessarily saying that that was the entire reason. That squad probably could have done a little bit more to avoid being grouped like that. But I do think that to a certain degree, the way that they are positioned does force teams to be like that. Okay, why are they getting pushed? It's very, I wish nameplates worked, but okay. All right, who's gonna fight? We'll watch Saf. Also, it's interesting that they got those kills, they got the mats, they got the loot, and they, even though zone is not here, they build big. They build wide. They waste a lot of the materials, and then they take what they have left, and they move from there. You're not really tunneling towards zone. Tunneling towards zone probably won't get them much anyways because of the distance they need to go. So that's interesting. I'm not sure why. Possibly to avoid a situation where a team comes in and it's like, all right, well, you guys are only in 2 boxes. Let's get in, and ending up getting pitched by a lot. So that's maybe a reason. And then also to note is the timing on those nades, the timing on using and investing your nades for Storm Surge. This is something that Highsky, I think, is one of the persons who really, at least from what I saw in practice, was very keen on using the nades for Storm Surge, specifically in times when I need Storm Surge. So right in the second zone, basically, going for it. Okay, the other cool thing, running back, this is like a good old CS strat where you're faking banana and then you're faking that you're running away and you come back. They all ran away. This team is like, oh, we gotta chase. They start breaking through their tunnel, and all of a sudden they're all here squad firing and shooting RPGs at you. You get huge tags without anything happening in return. So nice little good old replay lag. Who's this on the side? Not Zayt. Oh, it's Highsky. Nice. Good clean fight. I don't know how many people that team had, but I love that they burst into action. They all have squad fire, and then Saf goes straight on the wall. Highsky continues on the wall, or on the side wall that nobody's spamming. I think Commandment Zayt are spamming the front wall. So let's draw this box fight out. Obviously there was some knocks before the fight even really happened, but to get this last kill, there's 2 people squad firing, right? Saf pushes up on the front wall and he just holds. He doesn't have to pickaxe at all. And then Highsky is pressuring the sides. As soon as the guy has an opportunity to move back, Highsky is already on the back wall. And the squad fire is continuing to just barrel through, so Saf can continue forward. Good pressure, easy way to clean somebody up. That guy has to basically go up and out, but when he's getting pressured that hard by so many different angles, there's nothing you can do. I'm not sure the decision for them to push in, but this is a perfect way to capitalize and say, hey guys, like, you guys are making a mistake. We're gonna just punish you completely and get a ton of your mats without any risk by us. The investment that they made early on all these materials, and then just coming back and destroying them, makes it so safe. Like, there's no squads in the area that are gonna fire on this big ass metal base. Okay, so they moved into third zone. It's funny because all that was basically useless. Like, it wasn't useless because they get across the bridge without taking any damage, but now they're here and they don't have their recycled mats anymore. I don't know. Is the zone moving? No, it's not. Okay, cool thing is that there's nobody around them. Everybody else has already collapsed in. And because they take so long and do it so protected, nobody's really paying attention. Everybody's just like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave, get to... I need some water. Ooh, little choke on my own spit, Jesus. So, because everybody's already pushed towards zone, they get out here and now they're just chilling. They took so much time, they could basically make a clean little rotate into zone. Probably. These guys are going to be a problem. These guys obviously can hold them, but with the trees in the way, we'll see what's still here. wood for these guys, or for Commandment. It's interesting that Commandment's the person leading and has been. Okay, I like the decision not to go on basically 2 teams. A lot of people would be like, yeah, let's go. We're gonna build up on top of 2 teams, but that invites risk when you're rotating later on. So I like that they move off to the side to try to establish their own position in zone. Not sure why they, healing up a little bit. Taking a quick break. Man, they are interesting that they invest so much to get in, but I'm a fan. That little pause on the outside and then tunneling in. They still took a lot of damage, which is why I'm not hugely ecstatic about it, but I think they can invest that much and really not get anything taken from them at all. It's great mat switching. Like throughout this entire thing, not only keeping your mats even, we've talked about how many times, or we've talked about that in multiple VOD reviews, how that's important, but also like these connection points that are not that important, where he's just moving up and getting towards a different layer. All right, half and half. So not as bad as these guys, but you know, it's not also the best. It's probably even with all these guys. I would call this not really getting zoned. Man, they really work in, like, Highsky has been paired with Zayt a lot, just moving forward. Ooh. And Commandment has been paired with Saf a little bit. He needs to be careful with that. That's the, they've already been punished so hard moving forward like that with that tunnel. I also like the kind of pauses and breaks and basically exploration that they do. When as soon as zone is revealed, they're like, okay, let's tunnel 2 boxes, see what happens. Is this squad gonna fire on us? If not, we can get greedy, we can get a little bit more. But we pause. Is this squad gonna fire at us? Okay, yes, they are. We have to do something about this. Double RPG from the side. Open up the side of our wall, double RPG. Now we have a little bit of time. Commandment, boom, go. He gets 5 more boxes. Stop. Okay, is there anything else we can do? Yes, Commandment has tunneled this way. Zayt's gonna break off and get a different angle at them, and now all of a sudden this one doesn't have to be used at all, where it was very dangerous. Commandment was getting beamed. We've established another way to get in the zone. Also, they don't pause. They don't completely abandon everything because Commandment gets beamed. They just start establishing another way to get in. Saf is on him with the heals. Commandment's on him with his own heals. Like, he's already, boom, getting to the side. Forget about it. Not worrying at all. Is this gonna work? Oh, this rotation's not gonna work. People stop so much and abandon their plans that these guys are showing us that they don't do that at all. Also, how big they get in these zones. They get very, 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 very big. Even though they could have stopped on edge. Oh, Oh my god. Who was that? Highsky. Bonka. I don't know if there's value in specifically making sure that there's space for every single one of your teammates. But that kind of is what it feels like everybody gets their own box. But definitely this idea of having, you know, a lot of space gives you a bunch of different angles. Something we saw in duos a lot with Stompy and Shinken, for example. They would definitely get big boxes and try to fire from a lot of different spaces. And I think also a lot of squads are realizing how powerful one angle squad firing actually is. Okay, they get 6 zone here, which is kind of a saving grace. Let's look at the mat situation for them because it feels like they've invested a lot, right? But in reality, because they have 4 players, they actually have quite a bit of mats. Quite a bit of mats, even with everything that they've spent so far. Remember, the last time they refreshed on any sort of mats was basically all the way back here, right? Once they got out of zone, that was it. They were max on mats probably, but from there to where they are now, they've had to invest only their own. So to have this much still, I think is probably something that squads don't realize is the case. They end up having like little mats on each player, but when you combine them, when you actually build up and give the mats to each other, we've seen a couple of different mat trades already from this team. You have a lot of mats. You have so much mats in squads. That's why the no mobility thing is really not an issue at all. But the bad squads that don't realize they can really use this mat reservoir for good. Every one of these pro teams is splitting mats like crazy to one player and funneling into it. Oh, I still have mats. Oh, I still have mats. Even 100, 200. These little numbers that don't look like a lot for you, for one player, is a lot for an entire squad. I think he should revert to the cheap tunneling here because nobody's paying attention at all to them. Let's look at everybody else. Zayt on the back line. Okay, something that I think people are starting to catch on to is that one RPG isn't enough for a height take, right? It has to be constant resets on this height. It has to be forcing these guys up on height to be weak by the time you guys are ready to go for a full-on height take. That is the key. So Zayt just shooting 1, he's not committing to anything. These guys just get knocked down, they start rebuilding back up, but this is wasted mats for them. By the time they strike, by the time they actually go for height, actually, hold on, did they? It looked like they might have started cranking. Ooh. Highsky pulled out his RPG too for possibly a push. Nice. I love this. I love the tag team RPG type thing. See, this is so slow and controlled and not really committing fully to anything. But what it is doing is forcing other teams to go up. Hold on, let's... Yeah, I agree with you, Destiny. These height takes are so important to watch and drone. The issue is I don't have the freaking nameplates, so like I can't tell who's who now. Yeah, I can't do this because of no nameplates. Nice replay mode. Meanwhile, even though they're squad firing on the team, I think no, we don't have anybody. That was another RPG. See, look how this branch has to change. Now, all of a sudden, they're not focused on connecting. They're focused on basically staying only one piece, one tile, because they're running out of mats. They are legitimately running out of mats. Who's on height? I can't even click because there's no nameplates. That's reset again. It's Creo's team. Creo might have been at the front there, but Beams as well. Where's Highsky now? Rotating these RPG shots. Genius. Zayt's turn. Meanwhile, Saf and Commandment are just keeping these guys. Where is Saf? Keeping these guys as much control on their layer as possible so they can continue to retreat from where they are. Now, they had to take a break for a second because there was a team near them. I think Highsky even got a kill. Yes, he did. Okay. I think it's time. Yep, they're on wood. Now it's time. Now it's time. Let's see if I can watch this. Well, now it's time here. This guy, they're second high now. And here's one. There's Zayt. There's another person right here. Multi different angles. There's no chance they hold. This is actually just take. This is taken. It's already over at this point. There's nothing to connect to. They're out of hard mats. This team is full on hard mats still because they were tunneling in wood for a bit. And they were splitting mats efficiently. They've got it. Who's fighting over? There's 3 players fighting against one guy, it looks like. Saf. Yeah, cool. So double RPG, sure, it's good. They could use it, the power for evil and just spam it down on teams on low ground, but no, they decide to use it very, very smartly to whittle down any team that goes for high ground because they have that amount of RPGs. Whittle, 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 whittle. All of a sudden, no mats, no connection points. The more you knock them down, the less connected they're going to be. The less investment they can make on making their tarp very strong. You're wasting all of their hard mats. And now nobody else is even interested in really contesting back height. Now they can use the double RPG for evil. Nice. I love that Commandment focuses Twyfo here. Even though he might have been basically his only target, there was a guy who ran away here. But seeing the RPG, so important to knock those guys down. Who has the RPG? Call out the skin and take it out. That's actually something that I learned from Saf and Zayt doing their duo pop-up cup VOD reviews that I did way back when. Yeah. There's nothing else to say about this game because it's just, it was the height take. And sure, everybody's saying right now, oh, height wins games every single time. But in this case, height didn't win the game, right? Height wins the game in the end, but the teams that had height throughout did not win. That's why I hate these arguments like, oh, height always wins. Well, no, not really. Like there could be multiple teams in a game that have height. Saf, Zayt, Highsky, and Commandment make sure they have height so that they can win when all is said and done. Cool game. Cool game. Okay. So Assault Keys. Sorry, Assault Sebi and Slacks with Innocence. Wait, what the heck? Sorry, that might have been wrong. I don't know where. Ops, Nosh, and Chaotic. Okay. I'm not sure when they started coming Slurpee, but there was a, like, if you think about the history of Slurpee so far in practice and in these games, it was Highsky's team with Clicks, Creo, and Commandment that were coming Slurpee. So that was literally only a week ago. Slurpee has not had enough time to develop for people to really win it out. So it makes sense that Slurpee is still contested. People are still fighting for it. Now let's look at somewhere else. Where else is contested? Holly. Okay, who's here? Rubyfied, Bugsy, Dom, Karyuki versus... Can't click on these guys. Casker, Stowe. Okay. I think Casker and Stowe, I think these guys are definitely good enough to probably win the fight easily against these guys. These guys also, they're probably actually even skill. Maybe these guys are slightly better. Regardless, I don't know the history of Holly Hedges. Definitely don't think it's worth contesting like that, especially when you're fighting like crazy. What else? Dirty Docks was contested, but Blake, Krim, Spades, they won it very, very fast. This team backed off. They're like, okay, well, nope, not going to have this. Like, if you are having something uncontested or contested in squads, I'd say it's your fault. I'd say it's your fault. I think the teams at the highest level understand that being contested is bad. Like, just in general, right? Having somebody land on you or landing on somebody is not good. What is going on with Stretch? Oh, he must have DC'd. Yeah, he DC'd, I think. GG's. GG's only. What's really cool about these final stages is like the liquid guys aren't here. So Thwyfo, Cloud and them, or not Thwyfo, Cloud and Zypha and them, they just moved into Frenzy Farm. They're like, yeah, screw it. Frenzy Farm is good. I'm going to go ahead and take it. And anybody that goes there is like, oh, dang, Cloud and them already got it. Like, it's over. Okay, look how quickly they moved south onto a different path than they were before, given that last time zone was like this. So not quite getting first zone, but even though they don't get first zone, like this is already pretty much worst case situation here for first zone for them. Sure, the zone could go like some wonky thing way off of the map, but we're already getting close. We're already approaching worst case situation for zone from Risky Reels, which is crazy. Okay, see how they move into this. They don't obviously have the control that they had last time from having zone so early. They're still reaching for center of first zone, which I think is interesting. How do they do on loot? Quite well. Highsky has the heal gun this time. And they're carrying 2 snipers. Okay, so they found something. This isn't as much control as they had last game, but you take what you can get. Looks like they're gonna move off of it because the zone, the timings are different too, right? They had so much time to sit in first zone and establish space. This time they obviously have only a few seconds before second zone shows, so they don't really invest too much on trying to control, which I like. Nice. These snipers are so good for storm surge tags, man. They're so good. Nice. I like that. Real quick, double rotate and flip to replace from a distance. I like that. Also, efficient replacement is replacing only the things that you need to get for the outer termite. The outer layer. Wow, Zayt, come on, bro. You gotta hit that. You gotta hit that. See? A bunch of nades invested, but this team does a good job staying split and not showing exactly where they are in the box, so they throw at the wrong area. I don't even think they got a tag. Do they like me VOD reviewing their games? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They don't. But they don't. It's not like they hate me for it. Zayt and Saf, and actually all these guys are people who like to keep their strats secret. That's why they don't stream. That's why they don't stream. Highlights are different. You can upload highlights. That's not giving anything away about your strats. That's maybe giving away technical, mechanical tricks. But even then, he'd probably be pretty selective about what to do. Uploading highlights, you have to do that in this day and age. Like, if you want growth, if you want to stay in the scene, nice. You have to upload highlights. You have to upload something that shows, hey, you're good. Oh, hold on. Did they just find a free base? Or is this an old base? And they get slightly higher. That's a better position. Ah. That's great nade timing. That is great nade timing by Bizzle. And, well, Thwyfo actually. No, Thwyfo's shooting at somebody else. That's great nade timing by Bizzle. Where's Bizzle at? I swear I had names. Okay, here they are. Ah. He was the one shooting at them in the first place. Yeah, so funny thing, they keep in mind, yeah, this base up here, perfect. They don't have to do any calculations. I don't know if they already did this. But as soon as a team establishes a spot, usually they're going to be more stacked. Usually there's going to be people who are, you know, refarming, rebuilding, doing whatever. So boom, just building the initial one by one. That's the most optimal time to find something, and they do. Good timing by Bizzle. Back to these guys. Also, they immediately threw him back towards their other base. That's Pog. Okay, low key. Big pots feel more common this season. Not like more common than minis, but they feel more common. And if you can get 3 stacks of big pots or a full stack of big pots, I think I carry those over minis like almost every single time. Almost every single time. The potential with big pots is so much bigger. All right. Boom. The spacing here that they have, this is very, very good. 1 box, shooting from 1 box away, or 1 box of safety, gives you that much more time to react to anything, especially given that this team has an RPG that they are definitely willing to try to throw into your base. You never want to find yourself inside of a box that's getting sprayed. You want to be a whole box away where you can place both. You can place wall, stair, and wall if you need to, and really take no chances of, you know, builds sneaking through the delay on the on the build replace, that sort of thing. All right, no RPGs this game. Not at all. Nice, fine on the rotate. They love rotating on the outskirts of the map to find somewhere better on the zone, right? A lot of teams might try to find a path through all of this, but no, these guys, they always like to rotate like off to the side and then come in somewhere better. Come in somewhere more aware. Also note, Thwyfo, Clarity, and Booga's like control that they have here. I love the split. I love how they're still controlling even in 4th zone. Ah. I was gonna say like, oh, I like how they dip down because it avoids getting sniped or getting shot at and everything like that. It's really, really protected. But it is a bad spot for them to have gone into. But again, they're not too concerned about their position right now. They've got the storm surge tags. They don't need to worry about. They're not really looking for anything. What they are trying to do is be defensive and don't get pushed. Like, they don't want anybody to be like, oh yeah, let's go box fight them. They're obviously not going to get much information from down on low ground underneath a bridge. They're not going to have any opportunities for really finding anything, which sucks. But again, their goal right now is to just survive until they can start working in the end game. Activation. Zone time. Woohoo! Okay, they don't move at all in 5th zone, even though they get zone. They don't like, they're not like, okay, let's build up. We got zone. Ha ha ha. Nope, none of that. Patience. Just working with what they got. Also, look, even though they're all looking out the same angle, they're in all different positions. They're all looking out the same angle, but they're all spread among the base. Every single one of them. Ooh, good little find. Booga actually. How did Seth find that? I like that. As soon as he hears these nades, Saf is looking straight over there, completely abandoning any opportunity he might have been hunting and just switching. You can't miss something as free as that. You can't. Also, why do they all jump in the box here? It's like, oh, we killed Booga. Let's go all to his body. I find that humorous. They already are using. They're already like, okay, we got mats. Let's use them. Let's start expanding. Let's start expanding. Ooh, little 6 zone. Little 6 zone. And the ants start working. I think it's pretty important to try to keep your tunneler with as many mats, as max mats as possible. If there's any break, you want to make sure he is chilling. Great leveling from Commandment. Great, like, okay, cool. There's a team there. Let's get up. We want to get up anyways. And then what's really good about it is the fact that he's so consistent at not blocking his team off at all. It's a very, very expensive tunnel, but it's so much better not to, you know, floor your team off. God, he's so dedicated to tunneling. Not a single look back. He's not pulling out his weapon, not doing anything. He is dedicated to staying ahead of the zone and keeping his team having the possibility of staying way ahead of zone. Again, if they didn't funnel Matt to him at the beginning of this all, he would have had to stop multiple times because he just wasted 500 metal. Basically 500 metal. Now they're second high though, which is an issue. And the issue being that part of their tunnel is completely screwed. Man, everything went to shit right now. Sap's in trouble too. Highsky. Oh, come on, Highsky. Nice. I was saying nice because Commandment came back and made sure he finished off. Some mats. Go, go, go! Grab the mats, quick back up. Nice. I love that. I love that. Briefly taking the time to replace this floor so that he can have it in case of traps. Literally, this was they wanted to move through. They wanted to move through, but they controlled the walls that they needed to, and then they used the zoning of the trap and possibly even got some frags from it if they wanted to. Ooh. That's a full squad now. I realize. This is it, boys. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. Zone plays. Okay, using the full cooldown. Yes, okay, gets it. Whatever. This isn't that impressive. Look at this shit. Oh, wait, hold on. Height's right here. Yoink. And he just sits here. Doesn't shoot them. Doesn't do anything. Just sits here. If this isn't the most brilliant, this is like one of those moments, bro. This team has no clue still. Look at this. They have no clue that somebody's above them. Sure, audio, you can make all the memes you want, but bro, how is that not so freaking smart? Literally. And he's out of mats, so he's like, yeah, screw it. Let me just start shooting down to get some eliminations. With the siphons, too. Dog. Oh, my God. Just amazing, dude. 2 points. What's the placement threshold? Is second place still placement threshold? That's so sick. That's so sick. Second is still okay. Cool. Good. Oh, that play. It is important that he's moved to multiple different cones to peek, to get himself and to paint himself a picture of what the zone is looking like and what the zone possibly could be. Right? You always need to be making these calculations as somebody who might be the IGL, paired IGL with Highsky, like you always need to be making this picture and being able to make these quick decisions. Like, okay, well, I get zone. Now I already know all this information that I have. Let's start making a plan. Let's start making movements from it. Like if I'm Zayt in this position, and I think this is what he's doing, he's saying, okay, if zone goes this way, I can rotate over here. If zone goes this way, I can rotate over here. Oh, never mind. That path that I said first is gone now because this team came in. And whatever. Like those are the paths you should be planning as IGL. Poor Rote. Poor Rote. Also, something quick there that happened was Zayt. There was still some extra. There's extra mats to recycle, and the first thing that Zayt uses is the wood. He just uses the wood. The zone's closing. They're already in zone. They don't need to tunnel anywhere. But I don't know how many times I've seen teams just like completely ignore the wood that they get. Just because it's wood. They're like, oh, well, we have to use the hard mats. And they instantly start tunneling with the hard mats. And by the time the time comes to move off the mats, they haven't spent the wood. The wood, might as well just spend it uselessly. Not uselessly, but making your base slightly bigger, making your ability to get a little bit more information and blocking the information from other teams useful. Might as well do that. You use the hard mats later when you're actually tunneling somewhere important. Nice. You saw that? That wall wasn't there. They didn't really know. They didn't realize it wasn't theirs, but they did it from range. So somebody held the wall and then somebody shot. They didn't go up to pickaxe. And then they took the stairs and flipped it. Just like, you know, they don't have the information. They don't know what the heck is going on the other side of that. They just do it. Again, cone peeking, getting information. What's the play? Who's setting up near us? Only one person while the rest of these guys, oh, Highsky also doing a similar thing. Actually, yes, okay, he's in the box. Sap and Commandment looking for shots. Oh yeah. Only people who get 6 zone here is Tfue and them. This is not a good zone. This is a zone that like they have to tunnel far to get to 6 zone here. That's unfortunate. There goes Commandment. Off he goes. Oh boy. Nice. Saw how he quickly he edits that so it's easier for his team to come through. Edits the stair there because he messed up slightly because of the team to his side. Somebody needs to split. And get him back onto something good. Ooh, okay. What is this find? Now you already know what's coming. We all know what's coming now, chat. Highsky's gonna pick that joint up. 100%. No? They're not gonna go for it? He doesn't have rockets? No? Okay. Okay. I thought it was. Maybe that was a replay bug or something. I wouldn't put it past it. Or I'm just wrong. we just had so much lag where there's something interesting happening. Feels bad. Saf did not get it. Man, they play low for a long time here. Oh, because Zayt is so low. Oh, God. That sucks. I like how they stay right next to Zayt while he's getting this medkit off. Like, they stay in his box. Are they even able to do anything? Based on the 4 RPGs, or 4 rockets that they have? That's why I didn't take it up, by the way, because Zayt only has 4, and if Zayt only has 4, that means that none of the rest of them have anything. Okay, here's the time. Somebody's looking out. Oh, damn. We just got melted. Holy hell. This is a scuff take. I love this call. Commandment's already up on height, and Saf doesn't know exactly what's above him, but he trusts in Commandment. Commandment makes the right call. Whereas Saf can just immediately start pressuring the guy and keeping him going down. Are they all up? They're mostly all up. Oh, who's this in zone? What the hell? Oh my god. He almost freaking won this. He almost outplayed them. Where's Saf? He's still up. Now he's in the box. No, he's not. That's somebody else. Okay. I thought they were about to throw, not gonna lie. I mean, I already knew that they don't, but it's just like look kind of scuffed. How did they get reset there? Oh, it's scoped in the back. I see. Saf fell too? Yes, he did. They all fell. It's annoying. Annoying, but you gotta pay attention. Got to get paying attention. Oh, they found a solo. They found a solo, and Zayt is like, nah, 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 nah. I'm in there real fast. I like this. I love this. The cool thing that he does is Slacks is over here, and Zayt makes sure that he gets on the backside, like where he is right now, right? So that any pressure that Zayt does, this guy has to flip 180 degrees to stop against Highsky and Saf's pressure. I love this idea. I love it so much. As soon as they saw the solo, Zayt's like, okay, I'm gunning for it. Like, let's make sure we secure this. Let's make sure we secure the loot. All the storm surge damage. Nice. They brought all of his mats, by the way. Every single little bit of materials that he had, brought. The termites that they are. Okay, look, 50-50. They didn't get it. How do they win? How do they win, guys? Everybody's telling me you don't win if you don't get half and half. Everybody's been telling me that. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let's watch. I like how they instantly take the space that's available. Like quickly. They don't think about it. It's just like, okay, cool. There's some space over here. Let's go take. Somebody says they gotta free rotate. Okay, man. If you're rotating from here to here, I'm sorry, but if you find a free rotate, that's because it's not because you got lucky. Let me tell you that straight up. It's a perfect path. Like, let's go back again. We did this exercise when we were watching Yatkos on Monday. Like, we already know the answer. They find the correct thing, but look from here. Okay, look at this. Look. There's. If they walk this, not only is this hill here, but these are the only teams that can shoot them besides the guys ahead, because there's a valley here that's blocking their way. This is so perfect that they found this. And also, this team's rotating on the left. They don't shoot them. They don't do anything to them. They just make sure that they're not going to shoot back at them, and they move into the side. Because as soon as they get up this hill, boom, perfect. They're chilling. Also, I love that even still in 5th zone, they're moving in wide groups, right? This is counterintuitive, but the person who ends up finding the right path, they have a bunch of different opportunities to figure out, okay, is this good? Is to the right better? Is to the left better? Is center here better? They can diverge really quickly into good tunnels. They get 6 zone, so really good rotate. This is the beauty of squads sometimes, is these positional battles, these positional gambles. You'd think a game like Fortnite that's so dynamic with the builds doesn't have that, but it does. Definitely does. This new map is very good. Wanting that. I love what he does here in terms of opening up, what this entire team does in terms of opening up this layer that's being unused currently but is not their builds, giving them a lot of space to work with on this next tunnel. Also, I'm going to watch Highsky and Saf a bit because they are constantly working together. Zayt is in the back usually. Highsky and Saf usually shooting out. And also replenishing and making sure that both sides of the tunnel, both Commandment and Zayt, are still well and good, and keeping them safe while they heal and stuff like that. And they're also constantly double pickaxing things, retaking things, making sure the tunnel is completely safe. I love that. Oh God. R.I.P. Highsky. Too bad. How'd that happen? Was that just an RPG blast? Oh yeah. RPG or grenade blew up at the exact same time as Kanata was going for the trap play. So unfortunate. It's a full on low ground. See, Saf is probably pickaxing that. No, he's not. Damn, bro. There's always a stage in their games where they're breaking through other people's builds. Where'd Zayt go? Did he block him? No, he didn't. Nice. See that? That awareness? Saf's job, his entire job when going up that tunnel is to look back and block that from happening. Alright, cool. RPG, 2 RPGs, and take. The later you go on, it seems the less RPGs you need to actually do anything. Zayt actually got a kill on this RPG drop. The later you go on, because other teams have been doing it, they've also been spending their own resources. It looked like that first game when they did that retake, or they took height with like constant like two time barrages with Highsky and Zayt trading off. I think it was really, really cool, but it also allowed them to take it so much earlier and probably have the best possible game. Might have been also their best total. It's important to know the actual different shots you need to put into the different structures so that you can get the one tap potential from the AUG or any weapon really. Like you saw how he made sure that that wood was low and was going to do one shot before shooting through rather than just kind of randomly spamming. So he does it every single time. Tap, shoot the rocket, tap. Tap, shoot the rocket, tap. We just yoinked. It's still high. Mistake. Oh, right. Yeah, The same old thing that used to happen in trios when somebody would take height from you still applies, right? Where one teammate might go all the way up and continue fighting, and then the other teammate stays right below and just kind of resets it. That's kind of what Commandment did in that game. All right, I think they get another second place. Oh no, fourth and then second. We watched it. Yeah, we watched that. Two more. How long we've been recording for? An hour and 45 minutes. We're gonna have to speed through. Well, we don't have to, but to make sure that the YouTube video isn't ridiculously long. Kanata made the dumbest height call there. Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was the dumbest. It was just a misunderstanding. It's a complete misunderstanding as to what was actually happening. To say it's the dumbest is like, sure, it might not have been the best call, but like, people don't think with context. Think with what he's seeing. Nah, I don't think Tfue spoke up enough. Like Tfue's too soft when he makes his calls. Tfue's way too soft when it comes to calls. All right. Holy drops. We tuned in on them in the perfect time. Oh boy. Oh, I thought this said 555 above. Holy crap. I can see why they don't do as hot in this game. Those nades hit every single one of them. Jeez Louise. They have to spend literally all of their heals. All of their heals. Thank goodness they got half and half. They would have been dead. How much mass do they have still? None on. Yeah, they're rough. I need in this UI. I need this UI to have a total team materials. I need that. I need that real bad. I really need that. What I want total team materials. I want a leaderboard of who distance to zone, something like that. So we could figure out everybody who has 0 is in zone, everybody else, and then like all that different. Like I want so much. Also, another note on grenades, like even if you're split wide, the new thing that a lot of different teams are doing, like even if you're split this wide, grenades still have a huge radius. But something that Chapek's crew and them they've been doing is when they throw their nades, they throw from 2 separate boxes, and they kind of stagger their nades, right? So that one person's throwing like this person might be throwing like this. Person might be throwing like this person might be throwing like this. So they're covering so much more with their grenades. And that allows for taking like something like this, because this team was split. They had that entire house and they were split up. But somebody had good grenades. What a find. Jesus. Alright, well, they were shambles, but now they're really back into the same situation they normally are, just because of those 3 kills. They're really, really, really good in old tunnels. This is a huge mat saver. Huge mat saver. They're not really worried, right? When they go through these old tunnels, sure, somebody can make an edit on them or whatever. Or they could run into a full squad, but from there you can just wall off and move the other way. What is important is the different things that they all make sure that they're taking. Like when they pause, they're making sure they take the roofs. When they do anything else, they're making sure to just chill. Oh, that's the first time I've seen Commandment block. So this is kind of the risk you take. Happens there. As soon as Commandment goes up and through, this team on the right makes the edit on Zayt. Oh, and he got RPG'd. I don't even really make the edit. It's just that actually that floor got Zayt killed. And that RPG also blew up a lot of the stuff that Commandment was making. Sucks. Jesus. You're getting RPG'd and screwed from the side in so many instances in here. Commandment died. Where's Highsky? I need nameplates, man. I can't tell anything. Besides, I think that they're playing solo. No, they're next to each other again. That was a quick drop from Saf. Saf just fell. It's back left though. That was interesting. A little play from Highsky there. When he broke through that wall. Or when he edited the wall, first thing he did was went to take the wall behind him. Right here. Break this. He could have made a play, but the zone is pushing him away where this is not valuable for him at all. Also, the cool thing too is the cone makes this really, really, really awkward to break through the top. To break through the top, make the jump, and then break through also the wall too that would be up there. So just placing this cone basically screws this guy. I want to know who this is. Can we? Can we figure it out? Roat. Why isn't it showing it? No, it's not. It's not him. Not him, that's why. Is this him? No, this guy's like off healing. What the hell is this guy doing? This guy. See, he has to go through the front. Oh. Nice. Highsky actually just completely destroyed him. He like has to go through the front because of what Highsky did with the cone there. Comes to the front and then he basically has to come through Highsky's tunnel. Jesus. Oh god, not the play, not the play. Did it just get doubled? Oh yeah, this is the double. I didn't even realize. Clarity G. I wanna watch it. It literally gets a collat. Clarity pops off in this game. Kinda nuts. Bop. That's crazy. You don't see that too often. You don't see that too often. Yeah, they did clutch that game up. Clarity just played it so well. I think that was the game that they had that crazy nade. Please, oh, this is them, isn't it? Kind of annoying that I went through all of that only to be met with the names not even showing up. All right, cool. I skipped early game entirely. It's funny how often these teams end up not too far away from each other. What is this exploration here from Highsky and Commandment? Also see how they're doing the same thing. Look, the 3 different peaks that they have. All this space that they're controlling. Right? That forces basically they rotate in to be only teams that are shooting from behind, if anything. Yeah, sure, they have a team ahead of them that snuck in before, but it's much less than there would have been just because they've controlled so much space. Damn, only 2 teams in second zone. That's kind of crazy. Nice. I love this. I love this from Commandment. When he knows there's a team behind him and he has to go up, double ramping. Great disengage. And the fact that they push straight for this hill specifically so that this team, if they do push them, are going to push at such a huge disadvantage. Huge disadvantage. Who's watching? I thought that one of them was gonna stay back and watch, but just back off. My goodness. Are we really doing this, guys? Are we really doing Zayt and Saf are stream snipers? Is that for real? The guys who win so much on LAN? You guys really think they're stream snipers just because one person makes a video that's like, oh, well, there's some circumstantial stuff that's pointing at them rotating around. Like, come on, get that shit out of here. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Y'all believe anything. We are in alpha position. Yes, you are. What? Huh. That's actually sick. I wouldn't have thought of that. It's actually sick. I didn't even realize you could even go through. That's dope. Again, showing off the fact that they like to go towards edge first and then go in. Try to find somewhere where they can go in without having anybody holding them on the side of zone. And also getting a huge, there's a ridge like this entire way, so they're getting blocked throughout this entire point. Man, they're going to be able to get, basically, if they could get this, that'd be huge. But Sofa, Brecht, and Jammies are doing a pretty good job zoning. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Jesus. I love the bandage cannon. I think it's one of the coolest items we've had in a long time. In a long time. Ooh, nice shot. It's funny. We all talk about nades being the worst thing ever, but like, low key, like just sitting on this mountain used to be so, it used to be so free. You just sit on the side of a mountain in a mountain goat and just be like, okay, cool. We're chilling. Crazy. Yo, did the EU Cash Cup start? Or is that still, is that an hour, or is that in 45 minutes, basically? Just started? Okay. I wanted to play that, so I'm probably gonna start late, but... Fifth zone they got. Pretty nice. Commandment is still dancing. Oh no, he's not dancing. It's just for whatever reason still doing the found. Nice. Is there anything we can do besides turn volume all the way off? How rude. Whoop, whoop, yeah. Whoop, whoop, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, quick early rotate, getting up over the hill and then going through. This works 10 times out of 10 times pretty much. I've seen it happen so many times for so many different teams. They just hop up over the mountain and go through the center, and it's just like, well, everybody's focused on trying to hold people who are off the side of the mountain. They don't realize that there's people running in directly next to them. This is the only time I've seen Commandment pause and take shots at the front of a tunnel. Like the only time I've ever seen this happen for a Commandment. Also, there's a level that they want above the ground. It feels like they try to control a level not too high above the ground, but also still trying to stay not too far away from height. Like they want to stay 1 or 2 layers below height. Is there anybody shooting? RPGs? Oh, I don't think they have RPGs. They're just spraying. Try and take height from spray. Go away! Commandment, go away! I can't take this. Take this noise. Nice. That was well played from Highsky. He's really good at these forces, like forcing these mistakes from people. Forcing the mistakes and then making the mistakes stick. Like right here, spamming this, and then he goes to take this wall so that the guy can't get out as soon as he falls down. And then he also places the cone. This guy's W king through, so he almost pays for it, but his team's there to back him up, and they're chilling. Dog. That's so sick. Like that scene is just so sick with the dang bandaged cannon. Did he do it again? That was just unfortunate by Rogue Shark. They cannot go down. Out of anything they do right now, they cannot go down. Alright, now they can. Now they can. Oops. Too fast. Ooh! That flick was kind of nice. He's got 5 people to find. Lay to stretch. Dang, they still have 3 people up here. Holy hell. I didn't even realize this team won the last game. Suicide RPG. Nice. Nice. He got to second place just because they were all falling off the hill. And they staggered their fall off. Commandment fell off late, and he's able to take shots down on people who are falling down. That's pretty nice, but that was kind of a meme, to be honest. I don't know, last game, they already basically won, like, by a lot. So, anyways, guys, hope you liked that. That was Saf, Zayt, Commandment, and Highsky. I don't know why I almost said Booga. I guess it was on my mind. If you like that VOD review, please like, subscribe, do all the things on my social media. We'll be back with more content. It's like this. Peace.